Greetings again. Just a quick one of those tips and tricks things that I like to do. Morning ritual. We've talked about the apple cider vinegar and the big thing of water. I kept it simple there. Uh-oh, traffic. I kept it simple because, you start something, it has to be simple. If it's complicated, then you're not going to do it. It's going to fade away. It's onerous. So once you get into the habit, I'm going to have to get off. Once you get into the habit, maybe not, then you can start adding some complications. So I'm not a caffeine user, but it has a certain health benefit. Who knew? It's not just that it wakes you up. It has other benefits. That's another discussion. So I've never been a beverage drinker. But I looked into it, and it turns out that coffee and tea, they have actual benefits. But as I say, I'm not a beverage drinker. I'm not going to start something that I don't like. So being me, I puzzled it out. I gave it some thought, and this is what I did. I took coffee beans and 3 different kinds of tea. White tea, green tea, black tea, I think it's 3. And I ground it up in a coffee grinder and turned it into a powder. Gotta make sure they don't race up. And I drink that soap water plus the tea itself, the fiber of the tea, and plus the actual, they're not grounds really, but the coffee, grounds. I eat that as well. There was a movie called, I think, Eat a Bowl of Tea, something like that. And, what that tells you is that using the fiber, the tea leaves and the grounds of coffee, there's nutrition in that. There are polyphenols and there are probiotics that use that fiber. You're not extracting just the caffeine, which is I think the purpose of drinking these beverages. You're using it as a very meaningful source of nutrition, and that's a whole different level. So as a way of waking up, if you need to get your caffeine, then this is a way to do it. But it's also, you're using it as a nutritional source, as a source of fiber, as a source of probiotics, and as a source of possibly fairly almost exotic nutrients. So that's an example of where you're being not wasteful. You're being exploitative of a situation that you may have as your ritual. The idea is, oh yuck, ooh, I'm eating coffee, I'm eating grounds, and the short answer is yeah, you are, and you don't like it only because you haven't done it. I will say that it's a little bit of a chore, but I've been doing it for quite some time. But it's a little bit of a chore to do this, to have to swallow these grounds or these. It kind of settles at the bottom, and now you got this thing. I use green tea. But green coffee, because it hasn't been roasted, it hasn't been cooked, it hasn't been killed. The probiotics are still there. The enzymes are still there. If you cook it, you kill it. It doesn't mean you don't kill the nutrients, but you kill anything that's alive, enzymes, probiotics, etc. So I use these things raw, and a problem with that is the pieces when you put it in the coffee grinder, it can be they're pieces. It's not a powder always. Some of it powder, some of it does not, depending on the speed of your grinder. And I bought a good one that's pretty fast, but even so, I chew them. You've got the silt at the bottom, and I chew it and spend a little bit of time chewing it. It's a different thing. It's the investment. It's the cost of the investment that you make into your excellence. Not everything is super easy. So the practice is the night before. I take that much water. I put in some apple cider vinegar, and then I put in the pre-prepared mix of these 4 different kinds of mild stimulant for the morning. And all night long, it's soaking, and it's not going to be hard. It's going to be a little bit crunchy or chewy for the coffee beans, these green coffee beans, and the apple cider vinegar almost cooks it. It's not cooked, but it helps with digestion. And I do the same thing with various herbal teas and concoctions and at night. But that's a different discussion. This is the morning ritual. It's prepared already. If you've added these other sources of polyphenols to your vinegar drink, gulp it down, cleanse your palate. To me, absolutely not tasty. Not tasty. But it's 1 or 2 mouthfuls, not a mouthful, but 1 or 2 swallows. And you spend some time chewing it. You're introducing eventually into your colon a very, very nice source of fiber, which is super duper important. So I just spent some time talking about that. Do it or don't do it, but do something on a regular basis. You think of something or you hear about something. Life is not about collecting trivia. It's about collecting and engaging in productive practices. So this is one of them. Have a great day.